the 25 seconds of music. Hi, it's the great Vanzini. Welcome back. Boy, I set that camera up goofy this time around, didn't I? Today we're looking at a late 2009, early 2010 Fender Highway One. And it's interesting. I really do have that camera goofy. It's interesting that had I not left the stickers on it like I do so often, and the cello wrap on the pick guard, you would not know it's a Highway One, because there's nothing here anywhere that designates it as a Highway One, which may explain my Telecaster that I have that was sold to me used as a Highway One that doesn't say Highway One anywhere on it. And I'm showing that down the road. But this is nice. I owe Guitar Hack a thank you. He was playing. He was doing like a live stream, and he was playing a Stratocaster. Guitar Hack was playing a Stratocaster. I don't know what to think of that. Anyway, it made me think. I remembered I had ages ago brought home a guitar from storage that well, I brought it in from storage, and put it in a back otherly closet that I never used. My a big walk-in clothes closet that I use for clothes, that you know, so we can get in there and get what we want. And for some reason I put it back there and just left it there for ages and ages. And anyway, he was playing his Strat, and I thought, hey, I've always wanted a Strat. His Strat, I think, had 3 single coils, as traditionally I've said that's the way it always should be. But I've always, especially lately, said, man, I wonder if I need to get a Strat with humbucker in the bridge position. And so that idea kept reoccurring to me, and so I thought, well, what is that guitar? I thought I forgot all about that. So I finally went and got it and dug it out, and I knew I had a Highway One. I just didn't remember it had a humbucker in the bridge. So so I owe my thanks. I don't have to go buy one with a humbucker. I owe my thanks to Guitar Hack. So let's go over just some basic stuff. And boy, is it hard to find data on these. You see that they were made between 2006 and 2011. This comes back, the serial number is late 2009, early 2010. And then you see a reference to, well, the earlier ones from 2002 were this different in some fashion. And you don't find a lot of information on those versus these. So I printed out what I did find, and I don't know if it's accurate, and I'll discuss what I don't know is accurate. And no, this is not a Guild hollow body. There we go. It's a 9.5-inch radius neck, as suspected. There's a 2002 mention, and it doesn't say the ones they made from 2002 to some other date. It just says the 2002 release was in some fashion different. The single coils are supposedly Alnico 3s, and the humbucker is said to be, most of the references I found say an atomic humbucker, which has like an output of 16K. I don't get all the K stuff, but I don't know. But then somebody else said, no, mine's measuring 8.4. And I think in some of them they put diamond something humbuckers in them. So that's really the big question, is what type of humbucker is in here. I don't know. It seems to me like it's a pretty hot humbucker, so I suspect the atomic might be the correct guess. 25.5-inch scale. It's an alder body. That I remember back when I bought it. It's not the soft C. It's not the soft U. It's not the vintage C. It's the modern C. Yeah, which so far guitars that claim to have modern Cs I like, but I can't. They're just a little, maybe a pinch flatter, but not super flat. But I like them anyway. It has supposedly the grease bucket circuits in there you get back in there in the bridge pickup, but so you don't. Although with a humbucker, I can't imagine why. With like a Telecaster, if you get on the bridge pickup and turn the treble all the way up, your ears start dripping blood and you go deaf soon after. But supposedly this has the grease bucket for a humbucker, so I thought that was interesting. 3-ply pick guard, yep, and 22 jumbo frets. I don't know what else to tell you about it. It plays nice. I do notice I would have never bought it. Wow, I pulled this out of the case about maybe over 2 weeks ago, and it had just very light, what felt like shrinkage, maybe a pinch of fret sprout. And it actually seems to have less of that now, because it's probably out here in the open air and sucking up some moisture. I did note when I looked at the neck that it looks like it has maybe a little too much relief in it, so I might make a neck adjustment. And the neck adjustment is, in fact, up here on the headstock where it should be. I just really dislike the idea of taking a neck off to adjust a neck. It seems like so much trouble. Made in the USA. It's these are all USA. Well, as far as I know, they're all USA's. I didn't see any made in Mexico Highway Ones, but there might have been. What Fender does one year is different than what they do another year. So, yeah, but there's nowhere in here anywhere that I see where it is designated as a Highway One, other than the sticker that I just left on it. So, and the nice thing here, we'll find some real tone. We'll just play through them with real straight tones here. Maybe not quite so loud. That's in the bridge, or a number, what does Fender call it? That would be the number 5 position, the down in the bridge position. And this would be in the number 4 position. I'm never going to get that. I'm never going to relearn that. So that's in the number 4, which should be the bridge in the middle, and then we go up to, I think, the middle. Once you get off that back pickup, then it starts to sound like a Fender. One of the complaints I saw said they really liked their guitar, but it just didn't get the true Fender surfy tone that they like to overdrive, or like to use for bluesy Stevie Ray stuff. And I don't know. The humbucker's not going to get that traditional Fender tone at all. So that's in the middle position, and in the number 2 position, that should be the neck and the middle. But I've got the treble wide open, and it's actually quite bassy sounding. I'm using the same settings I use on other guitars, so. All the way in the neck position. Actually sounds not as bassy as I think it should in the neck position. It didn't sound any more bassy in the neck position than in the number 2 position, the neck in the middle. I have always played it in the what Fender calls the number 4 position, the bridge and the center position. As humbuckers go, I love a good humbucker, but as humbuckers go, I'm not real fond of this one, tone-wise. It's just maybe a little too much output, or a little too much grunginess to it. These can be had used, by the way. I was looking them up, And I found a couple for, what did I find it? What was it, 750 or something, right around there. And a couple in said to be in good condition in the 950. So, you know, American-made Strat. They did make them with single coils, I'm told. And they made, these of course came out with, I don't know, gosh, I used to know what they called that. The bigger headstock. And I'm not a fan of that at all. I prefer the traditional, the other headstock. It's not quite so. I think this was something they maybe did during, was it during CBS maybe? I don't remember. Yeah, so that fret sprout is nowhere near as bad as it was 2 or 3 weeks ago when I first pulled it out. So it suggests to me it's shrinkage, and maybe it's sucking up a little moisture outside the case and not in the storage. Although the storage has always got humidity going, so, well, if it needs it. So it's got a matte finish neck, so there's no high gloss anything there. It's just a, I don't even know what you'd call that. It's not just raw, I mean, it's just a satin kind of finish. Very smooth, still go, you know, it's just not that super high gloss stuff. And the body's that way. The body's actually more matte than the neck is. Anyway, that's a Fender Highway One Stratocaster. I'll read you the things here. What's it say? I can't even read that. Hot rodded in something. I don't know. It's too small for my eyes. Fender Highway One, all new upgraded highway octane Alnico pickups. Satin nitro finish. Huge frets. You know, I didn't notice that. I guess they're big jumbos. Yeah. I don't actually notice those except when I really stop and think about it. The ones that are not quite super jumbos, the ones that are kind of medium large frets, I seem to like, I like those better. They feel better. So, but this really, if you want to subscribe, or subscribe down below, hit the bell icon if you want to get notifications. Give me a thumbs up, give me a thumbs down. Do leave a comment, and tell me what you think about Highway Ones. I'm not sure. For playability, I just played a Made in Mexico 2007 Made in Mexico back a few weeks ago, and that's, or my American Deluxe that I played a couple of weeks. Those two are the best players. Sound-wise, I think either the American, or I love that 94 beat up piece of garbage for under 200. That's a good one. So let's find a piece of music and we'll take you out here.